Y'all, Shirley Strawberry is finally breaking her silence after the whirlwind drama surrounding her husband, Ernest Williams, and let me tell you, it's not looking good. If you've been keeping up, you'll remember that Ernest wasn't just your average shady partner. He was out here scamming folks and got exposed for having a whole side chick behind Shirley's back. To make matters worse, it came to light that he wasn't just lying to others, he was scamming Shirley, too. The whole situation was a chaotic mess and nearly tore Shirley's world apart. Now, it's been a little over a year since all that chaos unfolded, and sadly, it doesn't seem like Shirley has fully bounced back. So the big questions are, what ever happened to Ernest? And is Shirley still standing by her man despite everything? Let's break it down. Shirley and Ernest had been married for a few years, and on the surface, things seemed fine. But behind closed doors, their relationship was anything but perfect. It wasn't just rocky, it was toxic. When the drama hit the fan, people immediately started questioning if Shirley ever really knew the man she married. Honestly, things seemed a bit off from the start. One of the biggest red flags. When Ernest proposed to her live on air during her radio show with Steve Harvey, Shirley didn't even recognize his voice. Yep, you heard that right. That should have been a major warning sign right there.
The woman that you about to ask me this question about, do you love her? Okay then, Shirley.
Yes.
This your man right here. What?
It's a mess, though.
Wait a minute.
People had already been side-eyeing Shirley Strawberry for rushing into her marriage with Ernest Williams, and now, it's clear they had a point. Shirley may have believed in Ernest's changed man act, but there was a lot she didn't. No. Ernest had a wild past, with criminal records going all the way back to the 1980s and even picked up new felonies in the 2000s. Despite that, Shirley still took a chance on him, possibly influenced by Steve Harvey, who reportedly introduced the two. For a while, things looked good. Ernest opened a high-end barbershop in Atlanta, started a security company, and from the outside, it seemed like he had turned his life around. But in 2022, the mask fell off. Ernest was arrested for fraud, accused of running a nearly $1 million scam with a woman named Erica King. They posed as business consultants, promising to help people grow their brands, but were actually conning them out of cash. And it gets worse. Ernest and Erica had secretly rented a house right next door to Shirley. When they stopped paying rent, a rental fraud investigation kicked off. That's what exposed the entire scheme. Rumor is, Erica wasn't just his partner in crime, she was also his side chick. Bold, messy, and reckless. Once the feds started digging, the whole empire crumbled. Turns out, Ernest never left his shady past. He just got better at hiding it.
Police say their investigation first started at this home on Pine Grove Road months ago. Investigators say after Williams and King hadn't paid rent for a while, detectives started looking into their financial transactions, and it led them to their extensive scheme.
It's still unclear whether Shirley Strawberry knew what Ernest was really up to with his shady businesses, but a move she made just before his arrest raised eyebrows. A few weeks before everything blew up, Shirley quietly removed Ernest's name from the deed to her California home. Smart move, because once the fraud charges came down, her house was protected from seizure. Whether she sensed something or just didn't fully trust him, we may never know, but it definitely saved her. Ernest ended up getting booked on 5 felony conspiracy charges. 2 were later dismissed, and his bond was set at $15,000. But that wasn't the end. He was hit with additional charges: theft by taking, operating illegal credit repair services, and theft by deception. He was also accused of making purchases at businesses and never paying, including car repair services worth thousands. If that wasn't bad enough, things took a dark and disturbing turn. As police dug deeper, they uncovered explicit material involving minors on Ernest's devices. He was later accused of SAing at least 11 minors, and the court ordered him to stay away from all victims, their families, and anyone connected to them. Among those victims, reportedly, Shirley's own daughter, and even worse, her 2 young grandchildren. Shockingly, Ernest was also banned from being near any animals, leading people to speculate that he was involved in something even more twisted. And despite all this, Shirley stood by him. Instead of cutting him off, she wrote a letter to the court begging for his release, insisting she was neither a victim nor a witness, and asking that Ernest be allowed to return home to her. But the final straw. Prosecutors claimed Shirley was even planning to help him flee, allegedly asking him to escape to Dubai and hide out in Steve Harvey's home.
The prosecutor overheard Shirley telling him, you could go to Steve's place in Dubai, where his son Winton lives, in Lay Low.
And I'm almost sure that she just didn't invite her husband to go over there without Steve's permission.
It turns out Shirley Strawberry wasn't just defending Ernest, she was allegedly trying to help him flee to Dubai, which has no extradition treaty with the US. If he had made it there, he could have escaped justice completely. Fans dragged Shirley online, calling her out for standing by a predator. But eventually, she spoke up, revealing she was divorcing Ernest. She also claimed the letter she wrote to the judge, asking for his release, was sent before she knew the full truth. At the time, she believed it was just about fraud. But once the disturbing accusations involving her daughter, grandkids, and animals came out, she says everything changed, and she immediately decided to leave him.
Steve, I'm gonna just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail. He's been in jail for over a year, since about right after the 4th of July of 2022.
Fans didn't really buy Shirley's explanation. Many felt she was just trying to save face after getting dragged online. The case eventually quieted down, and people moved on. But just a few days ago, Shirley gave an update, and sadly, things haven't been great. The good news, she officially divorced Ernest last year. The bad news, his legal mess left her in serious financial trouble, even though Steve Harvey kept her on as co-host. Reports say Shirley was homeless in 2022, staying with friends while trying to get back on her feet. Between Ernest's fraud cases, mounting debts, and emotional stress, it's been a rough ride. Thankfully, she's now slowly recovering, but she's still got a long way to go. At least she's finally moving forward.